Hello everyone, I am Megha from Master in Maths and today I am going to start the new topic Ratio and Proportion for Class 6. So in this I will take two sessions. The first one I will take for ratio and in another one I will cover proportion. So in today's lesson I will cover the basics of ratio, that is what we mean by ratio and why we use ratio, and followed by some questions. So let's start with today's lesson. So by ratio, we mean it is a comparison of two quantities. It means we have two things and we are comparing these two things. And for the ratio, we should be sure that the quantities that we are comparing, they should be of same unit. If the units are different, we should not compare these two quantities. And indicates that how many times one number contain another. Here I am taking an example. We have 8 oranges and 6 apples. So oranges and apples will be in the same unit in the kg, but here I am taking in the number 8 oranges and 6 apples. Now we have to compare these orange and apple, means for how many oranges we have how many apples. We have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These we have oranges and with this we have 6 apples. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 we have apples. Now in the ratio, what we have to do, we have to find the ratio of orange to the apple, means 8 by 6. If we change 8 into the simplest form, what we will get? 4 by 3. It means we can denote it with the 4 ratio 3. This is the symbol to represent ratio. So it means for every 4 oranges, we have 3 apples. Means if we divide 1, 2, 3, let's divide it in a box. This is the one, means for 4 oranges we have 3 apples. Similarly, over here we have for every 4 oranges we have 3 apples. So means we are comparing two quantities and we are saying how many times one number contain another. And symbol to represent ratio is these two dots. With the help of these two dots we represent ratio. Now let's understand ratio with the help of some example. Here we have first example. We have to find the ratio of 84 paise to rupees 3. So here we can say we don't have same units. Here we have 84 in paise and 3 in rupees. So for this what we have to do, we have to convert, either we can convert rupees to the paise or the paise to rupees. So here I am converting 84 paise to the rupees. We can write it 84 paise will be how much? 84 by 100, as 1 rupee is equal to 100 paise. So we will divide it. So we will get 0.84 rupees. So now we will compare it. We will find the ratio. The way to find the ratio is 0.84 and we will write this. Now to convert in the simplest form, what we will do, we will find the HCF and then we can change into the simplest form. So here these both numbers are divisible by 3. So 84 divided by 3, we will get 28, means 0.28, and 3 by 3 will give us 1. So we can write it as a 0.28, or if we want we can remove the decimal point. To remove the decimal point, what we will do, we will again divide it by 100 and now we can divide it by 4. So 4 times 7 is 28 and 4 times 25 is 100. So answer will be 7 ratio 25. So to find the ratio, first of all we will see either the two numbers are in the same units or not. If they are not, we will change. We will convert one unit to another. That's we did in this question.
Next, we have to find the ratio 1.8 kg to 6 kg. So here we can see here both the quantities are in kg. So we can directly find the ratio. So we can write it like 1.8 divided by 6. Now what we will do, we will find the HCF. HCF of 18 and 6. So we can write it as, we can consider as 1.8 to 18, or what we can do, we can remove the decimal point. When we remove the decimal point, we will multiply denominator by 10. So we can write it as 18 by 60. Now we have to find the HCF of 18 and 60. So HCF of 18 and 60 clearly will be, it will be 6. So we will divide 18 and 60 by 6. 18 divided by 6 we will get 3, and 60 divided by 6 we will get 10. So it means the ratio of these two given quantity is 3:10. The next question we have to find the ratio of 2 meter to 35 centimeter. Again here these two quantity are not in the same unit. So it means we will convert either meter to centimeter or centimeter to meter. Here we are converting 2 meter to centimeter. As 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter, we will multiply it with 100. So we will get 200 centimeter. Now we can write it as 200 divided by 35. Now the next is what? We will find the HCF. HCF of 235 will be 5. Now we will divide both the numerator and denominator by 5. So 200 divided by 5 will be 40, and 35 divided by 5 will be 7. Now this is the simplest form, as we don't have any common factor among 40 and 7. So the required ratio is 40:7. Next question we have, in a class we have 30 students, out of them 6 like football, 12 like cricket, and the remaining like tennis. And in this we have to find out two ratio. The first ratio is we have to find out the number of students who like football to number of students who like tennis. And the second question is we have to find the ratio of the students who like cricket to total number of students. So first of all we will write all the things that we have given in the question. The first is number of students who like football. Who like football, they have given there 6. It means 6 students like football. The next we will write number of students who like cricket. So how many students like cricket? This is 12. Right. Next, number of students who like tennis. So tennis remaining. So it means how we will find out? We will find out like 30, because we have total number of students of 30, and we will add the numbers who like football and cricket, that is 18, and we will subtract from this. So it means there are 12 students who like tennis. Now the first part is we have to find out who like football. How many like football? 6. And the tennis is 12. So the HCF of 6 and 12 is clearly 6. When 6 divided by 6 is 1 and 12 divided by 6 is 2. So it means the required ratio is 1:2. Now move to the second part. The second part is number of students who like cricket. Cricket is 12. And to the total number of students. In a class, how many students we have? 30. Now, the HCF of 12 and 30 is 2. So now, it will be 6. So 12 divided by 6 is 2, and 30 divided by 6 is 5. So it means the required ratio is 2:5. So these are the two required ratio that they ask in the question. So on that basis we can do some other kind of the question in which we have given some quantities and we have to compare the other quantities. Now let's move to the next question. The next question is, we have given the ratio of number of male and female in a mill is 5:3, and they have given the total number of male workers is 115, and we have to find out the number of female workers. So in such type of question, what we will do? So first of all, let's see what we have given, the ratio of number of male to the number of female. So number of male ratio number of female, they have given 5:3. Now as they are given in the ratio, let we are considering as x be the number. So it means number of male will be how much? 5x. Number of male will be 5x, because we don't know the number and they have given in the ratio 5:3. So here 5 represent number of male and 3 represent female. So the number of male will be 5x and number of female will be 3x. Now in the question they have given the total number of male is how much? 115. So now we can compare these two number, means number of male, how much they have given? Number of male is equal to 115. They have given in the question. Now we can compare these two number 5x and 115 as they both represent the number of male. So 5x will be 115. From here we can find the value of x. We can transpose 5 in the denominator of right hand side. So 115 divided by 5 will be 23. So from here we get the value of x. Now clearly here the number of female will be how much? 3x. It means 3 times 23, that will be 69. Pretty easy. So this is how we use the given ratio to find the number of male and female. The next question we have a total amount of rupees 3450 and we are dividing in the 3 person A, B and C in the ratio 3, 5 and 7. So to do this kind of question, what we will do? First of all, we will find the sum of ratio. In that case, sum of ratio will be 3 plus 5 plus 7. Now the next question is, why we are finding the sum of the ratio? So we are finding sum of ratio because we have to find out among the total amount how much he will get. Without finding the sum of ratio, we cannot exactly tell. So it means the sum of ratio will come as 15. So it means the share of A will be 3/15th part of the total amount. If we don't find the sum of the ratio, we could not tell how much the A, B and C will get. So to do this type of question, first of all we find the sum of ratio. Now we can tell share of A will be third part of whole, that is 15, and what we are dividing the amount of 3450, so we will multiply it with 3450. Now we can calculate this equation. So here we can multiply 3450 by 3, we will get 10350, and we are dividing it by 15. When we divide this by 15, we will get rupees 690. So it means A will get rupees 690 among 3450. Now share of will be what? That is the fifth part, means fifth part of 15, 5 by 15, and we will multiply 3450. So here we can convert into the simplest form to reduce the steps of calculation. Here we will get 1 and 3. Now we can divide 3450 by 3. We will get 1150. This step makes our calculation easier. So the B will get rupees 1150. Now share of C will be 7 by 15 of 3450. So here we will multiply 3450 by 7. We will get 24150, and we are dividing it by 15. So we will get answer rupees 1610. So in this amount, all A, B and C will get the money. It means A will get rupees 690, B will get rupees 1150 and C will get rupees 1610. So this is how from the given ratio we find out the share of each A, B and C. Next question is, Sam works in a factory and earns rupees 955 per month and she saves rupees 185 per month. We have to find the ratio, her savings to her income to her expenditure and her savings to her expenditure. So first of all we will find out her savings, income and expenditure. So let's start with doing this. So so we will find all these numbers from the question only. So Sam monthly income is how much they have given in the question. Monthly income is rupees 955. So monthly income 955. Now her savings is how much? Sam monthly savings. Next they have given how much? Rupees 185. Now, so how much she spent? She spent, clearly we can find out by subtracting income minus savings. So expenditure will be, her income is 955 and she saves rupees 185. So it means rest of all she spent. So 955 minus 185 will give us 770. So this is the various amount that we have find out from the question. Now the first part is we have to find the ratio of her savings to her income. So her savings is how much? 185 and her income is how much? 955. Now the next step is we will find the SCF of these two numbers. SCF of these two numbers will be 5. Now divide numerator and denominator by 5. 185 divided by 5 will give us 37 and 955 divided by 5 will give us 191. So it means the required ratio is 37:191. Now the next step question is we have to find out the ratio of her income to her expenditure. So her income is how much? 955 and her expenditure is how much? We find out 770. Now again we will find the HCF and we will divide. Again the HCF will be 5 and we will divide numerator and denominator by 5. We will get 191 by 154. So it means the required ratio is 191:154. Now the third part is we have to find the ratio of her savings to her expenditure. So her saving is how much? 185 and her expenditure is how much? 770. Again SCF will be 5. We will divide. We will get 37 by 154. So the required ratio is 37:154. So in today's lesson, I covered the concept of the ratio and took some example based on that how we do the question. The main thing to find or to compare two quantity is they should be in same unit. If they are not in the same unit, we have to convert one of them. So friends, if you have any question, if you are not able to get anything in my video, you can reach out to me by writing on my comment section. In my next video, I will explain proportion and will take some example based on that. So don't forget to like and subscribe my videos, and if you are new to my video, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.